Okay, so hello everybody. I am GhostSenpai from Mexico, now here on Resort Fest. And first of all, I hope that you can apologize to everybody since we got some technical issues, but now we are back into the action, and this is gonna be Pepsiman any percent. But this is a kind of custom category called custom percent, which means that when we're gonna do the any person route, but we're gonna let the game play the cutscenes. I'm just gonna set the game because also we have another extra cutscene that we need to see before we can start the run. Well, I hope that everybody is ready and get hyped for Pepsiman. And yes, the Sony startup. It's so crazy-gasm. Before we start our round, we're gonna see this first cutscene of the game, just to have an idea about what are we gonna see. But looks like I'm having some issues with the audio, but never mind. I'm gonna fix this. So, well, I think that now we're ready to go with Pepsiman! I hope that everybody gets ready, because this is gonna be something cool and amazing to watch. So, just for make some little hype, I'm gonna make my countdown from 5, so I hope that the staff is gonna be ready to start with my run. So I'm gonna make the countdown from 5, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! So I'm not gonna skip the cutscenes, and well, I'm gonna be trying to explain what is happening just in case that somebody cannot understand this correctly. And yes, let's start the game. So this is gonna be the first dialogue that we're gonna have here that's gonna explain what we're gonna do on this stage. So please pay attention.
Ah, Pepsiman, you got here just at the perfect time. I got a call that a vending machine ahead ran out of Pepsi, and I was just on my way there when I got a flat tire. There are a bunch of people gathered in front of the vending machine. They want Pepsi! And the word is that they're just about to riot. I plan to head over there as soon as I can fix this flat. But it looks like it's gonna take some time. Can't you do something, Pepsi Man?
So just in case that somebody hasn't understand what happened here, the only Pepsi vehicle in all the city got a flat tire. And the driver doesn't know how much time it's gonna take to him or somebody to fix it. So we need to fill the only vending machine we have in all the city. So basically this is a kind of auto scroller, as we can see. I'm not pressing the up button just to make that Pepsiman runs. Just for the dashing, I press the up button on the D-pad, while also I press the square button at the same time. And if I don't press any button on the D-pad and I press the square button, I'm just gonna make this dashing. And okay, what's happening here? Game, please. Okay, never mind. We got this, guys. And also, for some reason on this part, my controllers are inverted. I don't know why, but for some reason they are. So this is any person. This means plus cutscenes, which this means that I'm gonna try to avoid as many Pepsi cans as I can. But just in case that I got some damage, I'm gonna try to refill my health, because every 10 Pepsi cans that you get on the game, it's how you refill your health in some way in this game. So just in case, I'm just gonna try to catch some of them, but most of the time I'm gonna try to avoid them. Okay, this was just a little mistake at the end. Not a big deal, this is just the end of the stage. And there we go. Also, I need to mention that this is not the vending machine that Pepsiman needs to refill. This is an only Pepsi machine for Pepsiman. And also, this game is divided on 4 stages. Each stage has 3 cents, so this was stage 1 is cent 1, as we can see. And the reason why we try to avoid as many Pepsi cans as we can is that, as we can see, at the end of the stage there's a counter that tells to us how many Pepsi cans do we got. So the less cans we got, the more faster we are gonna move to the next stages. So now it's time to move to the second instant of this first stage, and it's time to go for the vending machine. We need to refill that vending machine. Okay, just need to be careful in some parts. And also, I hope that everybody's drinking or having a bottle of or a can of Pepsi right now in this run. And now it's time to enter to Tony Hawk learning videos. Now staring Pepsiman, so please, Tony Hawk, learn something, because Pepsiman is the best skater, superhero that we're gonna have. Okay, I got it. We got a little visual glitch there. I don't know if somebody appreciated that. A little glitch with the skateboard, but it's not a big deal. And yes, now we reached the end of this stage, and we're gonna appreciate these guys that came from Street Fighter 2 just to take some Pepsi cans. And now Pepsi can gives to everybody a Pepsi, so nobody can be thirsty right now, because they want the people that want their Pepsis now, they got him. And now it's time to move to the third descent, and on this stage is the third descent is a kind of boss stage, as we can say. And I'm pretty sure that that should have hurt a lot. And yes, this is the first boss battle, if we can consider it like this, because we know that it's more entertaining just to go in the middle of the street with all this random stuff that somebody decides to put here instead of going through the sidewalk, which is more safer. And this is just an auto-scroller again, this just takes like 1 minute, but I cannot make any dash, and also there's no way to refill my health, so like this I got hit 3 times, and the more times I got hit, it's the more harder it's gonna be, because I get more closer to the boss, if we can consider like this, but this case was this big Pepsi can. So this makes that this stages turn more harder. So the best is just to try to avoid every obstacle that we find through all these stages.
You're doing pretty good.
Thanks for telling me that I'm doing pretty good this.
Have a Pepsi. Next stage.
Yeah, I also hate when that happens, not gonna lie. But going randomly in the street and just a big Pepsi can, it's chasing me and trying to roll over me.
Pepsi Man!
Okay, people, sorry about that. I don't know what happened exactly, but for some reason my Twitch channel decided to host the marathon one. So well, yes, it's time to keep going. So here we go. So what happened here in the game that unfortunately we weren't able to watch this is that, well, in the second cutscene there was a fireman talking to us, telling that a fire was caught in fire, but now the fire is under control, but they don't know how many times it's gonna take to them to rescue to the people that it's on the building. So we need to go there and help them to don't be thirsty or exhausted. So well, basically I just need to try to rescue, well, not rescue, but try to reach all the people that's on that building and trying to give them some Pepsis in order to be refreshed and make that they can stay fresh and don't get exhausted. And just that. And well, looks like I'm not the only runner who got that issue, but I need to say that that was weird. I don't know why. I don't know why the channel hosted it. I just not okay, my mistake. Sorry, I just noticed that because I am so watching the stream on my phone, and for some reason it says now you're hosting Resurface International, and I say what? It's not supposed to this happen, so I just resetted my stream right now. Just wanted to fix this. Well, let's keep going. Let's keep enjoying the only ad that you're gonna see on this game that for some reason is telling to you that you need to drink some cola soda. She tastes like cola. Okay. Yeah, me neither. I don't know why or how can you stream a channel when you're streaming. I mean, that's weird. Because anyways, if I have seen now that when my channel decided to host a channel, my stream was keep going, but it appeared that I was hosting a channel, which was weird. Yeah, also I can't believe that we have to watch an ad in the middle of this normal ad-free video game. So continuing to the second scene of this second stage. Something that we don't know is that really Pepsiman knows a good shortcut just to reach that people that's on the building and just help them, and I'm gonna die again. Yes, that's pretty dumb. So, as a backup strat, what I used to do when some stuff like this happens is that I go through the Pepsi cans, because at the end of the stage, for every 25 Pepsi cans, you gain an extra life. So I'm gonna try to gain 20 Pepsi cans on this stage, or probably 50, just to gain 2. And it's okay. If everything goes fine, I'm gonna finish under my estimator. If I don't finish under it, I don't care. The important thing here is that everybody gets some fun. And I think that that little... how I can consider it? That little dash problem that we got some minutes ago was something really enjoyable, I should say. I was like, okay, what the heck? Why am I streaming a channel when I am streaming? So, which is the sense of this? But okay, anyways. So we're getting closer to the end of the stage, and I'm aware that I need one Pepsi can, but I'm waiting for a moment to catch it. That moment is gonna be on a bit because after this point I cannot avoid some Pepsi cans. And there we go. Don't worry, Gaming Land. That cutscene's so close to come. So it's time to watch this start descent of the second stage, and if we are wondering which is the boss or what do we need to skip here, well, it's this big red pizza truck. I hope that somebody understands that reference. So yeah, another 1 minute auto scroller. Also, something I need to say is that on these stages, all these obstacles that appears on the street are not random. So you can easily remember when something's gonna arrive or is gonna appear on the screen. Also, the street lights helps to us to know if there's gonna be an obstacle or something. So I'm not gonna complain because I'm close to the end of the stage. So up to this point, officially we have beat it a half of the game. So yikes!
Pepsi for TV game.
I hope that somebody had clipped that, because that cutscene is wonderful.
Pepsiman, a plane full of passengers had to make an emergency landing in the desert. We were on our way there when the helicopter broke down. Fortunately, no one was hurt or killed. But in the middle of nowhere, right in the middle of the desert, and they are all exhausted. Another helicopter is on the way, but it looks like it's going to take some time. Isn't there anything we can do to help them until that helicopter arrives?
So well, an emergency landing from a plane. The good part is that nobody was hurt or killed, so just we need to go to rescue that people. Well, not to rescue, but just to give them some peps in order to make that they can keep calm while they wait for some help. A little damage boosting here. And there we go. I know this part is safe. It's a bit tricky this start, but I prefer to use this strat. This is most like a backup, personal backup strat. And now it's time to see if we can make a swag movement here. Because we can see with these woods, some of them jump and the other ones are lowers. The ones that are jumping means that we need to do a dash, the lower ones means that we need to jump over them, but we're gonna try to jump in one of the lower ones. Okay, I'm gonna try it one more time. There's a little frame window to do that. And there we go, I got it! I got it again! I got it again! Let's go, boys, some swag. This Pepsiman run. So we need to avoid these motorbike guys that for some reason they got mad, and I don't know why, because I haven't installed their Pepsi, so we just need to run as fast as we can. And I hope that somebody also clipped that swag segment, because I think that this is the first time in a marathon that I was able to do that. I have tried to do that on previous marathons with no luck. And also, if one of these motorbike guys hits me from behind, that's an install, and instantly dead. So I need to get word if I go through the correct speed. And here we go, another extra wipe. Well, time now to move to the second scene of the game, that it's obviously the scene where we are gonna help to the people who land on the desert. And I hope that you can find a kind of logic up to this point of the game, because believe me, just when I finish this scene, there's gonna be any piece of logic on the rest of this game. And yeah, sometimes these walls are a bit troll. Yes, keep me trolling like that. You troll me right now. Okay, never mind. Start again. Hello? Game, please. This part recently has been trolled for me, I don't know why, but let's see if I can get it at the first attempt. Oh, Western cheese. There we go, first attempt. Let's go, boys. This is the run. This is the earn. Last checkpoint of the stage. Another swag moment there. And not. Okay, that wasn't swag. That was dumb. So I'm gonna try to get 50 Pepsi cans just to gain 2 extra lives. And also there are some parts that if I do a correct dashing at the correct moment, I can avoid to fall down in some holes. But sometimes I'm not gonna be able to do it. And also if that rocks rolls over me, that's another insta-kill. There we go. Time to give some Pepsis to these people. And remember what I have said when we started this stage? Well, this thing? That it was your last opportunity to find some logic in this game. Do you remember it, guys? I'm real aware that you remember it, so... Now it's time to see that, well, if you haven't found any logic of this game up to this point, believe me, you're not gonna find it. Because this is the last boss of this and also from all the stages, all these bosses that this game has, and this is one of the most hardest for me. It's just more like a personal issue with this stage, not because it's really hard. Believe me, if you're interested into run this game in the future, the most hardest part of speedrunning this is just to finish the game casually. And this is told to you by somebody who played this for the first time back in 2003. And I'm gonna explain the reason about why I have played this in 2003 when this game just was a Japanese release, and in all my life I have never been in Japan. Okay, there we go, that was the last part, not a big deal. So it's time to move to the very last ascent this game has, and that means that we are getting to the end of this game. And I'm gonna tell something curious about this title when I start the ascent. So now let's keep watching the cutscenes.
Pepsi for pizza.
Another good reminder, people. Pepsi for pizza. And I'm not gonna explain this last cutscene. Try to get your own conclusions.
It looks like the main computer of Pepsi City went out of control a little while ago from being overloaded. All the roads are affected by the computer and we can't move ahead. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone, and violence has flared up amongst those wanting Pepsi. Exhausted people are collapsing because they can't refresh themselves with Pepsi. If it continues like this, there will be a worldwide shortage of Pepsi, and we'll have a real problem. Can't you do something to put the computer back in working order?
So it looks like Pepsiman has some computer and or hacking abilities, so we're gonna see that later on. And also we're approaching to the hardest part of the game, not a stage, but it's well, it's a part of the stage and it's a bit tricky to beat it. But it's gonna be that on the Nexus end, at the last part. Okay, I don't know why that happened, but that happened for some reason. Because I got hit. Yes, that. No, what is it? So I'm not gonna do the dash here because it's a bit troll. Okay, there we go. I'm safe. And again, we have this wonderful art with the inverted controllers, while Pepsiman is on a trash can for some reason. I don't know if somebody can understand that, because really I don't understand, since I have been playing this game for a huge amount of time. And as I said before, this game was released back in 1999 as a PlayStation exclusive for Japan, because you know, Japan is Japan and they used to have mascots for literally everything, and Pepsiman obviously was the Pepsi of Japan mascot. So that was the reason why the game was released just in Japan. And we are very aware about the piracy with the first PlayStation. Even to date, many people still saying that the reason why the first PlayStation was so popular, it was thanks to the piracy, and in some reason, that's true. And well, you know that with the piracy, you can get literally any video game. So thanks to the piracy, this game to the date when you can find some pirate games in Latin America and in other parts of the world. Um, this game was very popular over here because it was so common that when you go to the streets or something, you just well, you see that there were some people selling illegal copies of video games, and some of them were Pepsiman. So literally, I think, well, not literally, I think that this was one of the most sold games, talking about pirate PS1 games, because it was so weird to find somebody, or at least for me, that owned a PlayStation but don't own this game. Which is kinda curious at the same time, because we can see that the game menus are on English and the dialogues are on English. The only thing in Japanese are the subtitles for the cutscenes for some reason, but well, I'm gonna try to don't focus on that. Just let's keep going. Okay, that shouldn't hurt. Game? Okay, that was a swag movement just to reveal or health. So now this is gonna be the hardest part of the game. I'm gonna keep quiet. I'm gonna explain why it's harder later. Well, the reason why it's harder is because these walls are so thick. I just need to keep quiet for a bit. Probably not, I don't know. Okay, that was dumb. Second attempt. Usually for the people who start to run this game, this part is the most annoying one. This is really just the hardest part of the game. The rest of the game is just tricky. There we go, first attempt. We got it, boys. And yes, this is how Pepsiman fixes computers. So if everything goes fine and I don't have any big issues on the next stage, we're uh, gonna what? Okay, we're gonna finish on the estimate, and again we have this. Okay, it's not like the first boss. There's just a little twist over here, and yeah, this is gonna take another minute. To be more accurate, 1 minute and 6 seconds, if everything goes fine. So for the staff, remember that every time I finish this, the game turns into a kind of widescreen mode. That means that I have lost the control of Pepsiman, so the time's gonna finish on side with the control key, and the game turns into the widescreen mode. So we're ready because probably in some seconds we don't want to watch that. I'm trying to don't jump. Okay. And time. So now also it's time to watch the very last cutscene that this game has. So let's pay attention to this.
You got it! Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Everybody Pepsi! Drink Pepsi! Pepsi. Only my choice.
And well, while we wait until the credits roll and to watch the end of this, and I need to say thanks for GG to everybody, and also, what was I gonna say? Yes, thanks to the staff for giving me the opportunity to run this game again on this Resource Fest International. Besides of the funny little interruption that we got close to the middle of the round as well. This kind of stuff happens all the time. Oh well. I hope that everybody enjoyed the Pepsi TV game. And okay, I am really aware that that amount of Pepsis are not something good for our health.
Pepsi is... Excuse me.
And well, that was everything on my part. This was Pepsiman, had some percent here on Resource Fest. Game on 2018. I hope that everybody enjoyed this run, and well, yeah, that was fast P, that was P%. So well, thanks everybody for watching, and see you. Peace.